Hello and welcome to another Username Nerd video. My name is Mike Hewitt and we are talking about Deadpool. This is the 1997 series, issue 2, and this is a summary of that issue. The issue starts out with Deadpool creepily outside Siren's window at the Westchester Xavier Institute for Higher Learning. Basically, this is his love interest, and if you don't know Siren, Siren is Banshee's daughter and eventually takes on Banshee's name. But at the same time that he is there watching her, at a different moment in Chicago, in a Chicago hideout, we have two people breaking in to actually kidnap somebody, and we find that is Weasel, which is Deadpool's assistant. And you actually hear them over here saying, "Is this the one the master wants, the Weasel?" And then you don't see or hear anything more. We now go to the next morning back in San Francisco, where Blind Al and Deadpool are actually having a conversation over breakfast about his recent last night outing to see Siren, just to catch a glimpse of her sleeping. And as Blind Al is giving him a hard time for his recent voyeurism, Deadpool has actually switched the salt and sugar as Al is requesting sugar for her coffee. But Al is not dumb whatsoever, and she has actually told Deadpool after he has mistakenly put salt on his own cereal that she must have switched him earlier, kind of making the whole prank that Deadpool is trying to pull off just backfire in his face. 5 toothbrushings later, we have Deadpool trying to actually find Weasel, but only to find that his personal tracking device has been activated and finding out that he is close to Nevada. So with this, it kind of worries Deadpool, and he goes out to actually try to find him. Meanwhile, in Nevada, we have somebody in red, which we later find out is the Taskmaster, train recruits and trying to make and actually picking on the weakest one, the weakest link, and actually make an example of him. And we see some rope fashioned into a noose. We don't see anything more, but we pretty well got the point. We then find that Deadpool has teleported himself outside of that compound in Nevada. Being that there is not very much cover in Nevada, he actually finds himself getting immediately spotted and fired on. As he is battling his way into the actual compound, Weasel's tracker actually goes offline, which is never, ever a good sign. While this is all happening, the Taskmaster is actually watching him from surveillance cameras and just different ways he can see him, and he's actually studying his moves. After the Taskmaster has seen enough, he actually makes his presence known. And that is when the very pissed off Deadpool goes straight for him. And the Taskmaster actually immediately counters his attack and takes Deadpool's own sword and stabs him. This makes Deadpool make the comment, "So this is what it feels like to hold one's own guts in." Deadpool is actually caught off guard by how quickly the Taskmaster can counter his attacks. This is when the Taskmaster informs him, I have no idea why bad guys do this, but informs him that he has a photographic reflexes, meaning any move I witness automatically becomes my own. This is when Deadpool actually reaches for his own gun and cannot find it, with the comment, "Give it back or I'm going to tell." And that is when the Taskmaster says, "Good night, Nightpool," and this is when Deadpool just blacks out. In the comment, we actually see black, and we hear, "Wade, wake up." When Deadpool comes to, it's actually Weasel that he's talking to, finding out that Weasel left with them, and he actually turned his own beacon off, which kind of upsets Deadpool a little bit, like, "Dude, I'm out here looking for you," and finds out that actually the Taskmaster wants to actually hire Weasel. Minutes later, in the Den of Agony, our Lecture Hall 1, Taskmaster says, "Mr. Deadpool has graciously volunteered to expire for your education." This is where Taskmaster releases his bonds, and Deadpool immediately attacks with no real success. The Taskmaster throws the sword at him, and Deadpool grabs it and comes back with, "Oh, now I can be humiliated with props." And I just love that line. They start to go at it with Deadpool actually losing a finger, probably Deadpool's most favorite finger, if you know what I'm saying. He lost his middle finger. This is where Deadpool kind of gets a little pissed and decides to throw a little monkey wrench in the thing. Deadpool immediately bursts out and kind of dancing and going crazy. Then unexpectedly, he punches the Taskmaster, which completely throws the Taskmaster off by his erratic behavior. He's found that if he just reacts erratic, that it throws the Taskmaster off. With the Taskmaster bent over, kind of holding his side, Weasel comes up to him and offers his card, saying, "I'm sorry you got trash in front of your students and all." At this point, his followers are leaving, and Weasel kind of walks away, and Deadpool grabs him and kind of says, hey, you know what would make me feel better is kind of watching the Playboy channel. And Weasel looks at him and is like, "You don't have the Playboy channel," and he says, "I know, but you do." Kind of saying, "I want to take you back in, and you're still back on the team." And then gives Weasel a wedgie, which is a perfect way to end a Deadpool comic. So that is it. Roll credits, and that's the end of issue 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually like this one because there is some points that are going to be made down the road from this actual comic. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks. Thank you for watching this video. This is a Marvel comic, and all images are from Marvel. Please support Marvel by buying their comics. This video is to help encourage people to go out and buy comics. Thank you. Okay, stop. Don't go to the next YouTube video or channel or skip or don't do anything. Real quick, 5 seconds. We have 3 different channels. Please subscribe to them. Username Nerd News, username Nerd Comics, username Nerd Games. We have separated them out into 3 ones. Choose all of them or just one to subscribe to. You'd love it. I promise you, we'll give you great content. It'll show up in your feed. You'll love it. Just real quick click. It doesn't take but a few seconds. You'd be awesome. Thank you. I mean, you're really awesome. Thank you.